question while you were filling the form online. I asked, what's your mission? What's your vision, life and vision? Oh, some of you to be this and that. Some of your vision look so ambiguous, not clear. I want to, when you give a general information, of course, could be an expression of ambition, but I want you to set smart ambition, smart vision. What do I call it? Smart vision. So your vision must be smart. As you go from here as a graduate, let your vision be smart. What you should be able to see clearly through your vision. What do you intend to achieve? Where do you intend to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? Make it clear. And that's why I say your vision must be smart. First, it must be specific. By the next 5 years, I want to be married. Is that not specific? Rather than, I want to have happy home. I want to have, it's a general, I want to have happy home. But it's not. Some people may get married at the age of 40. Yes, they are still married. But you have so it must be specific. I want to have my master's. The second, after 2 years after my BSc, I want to be a master's degree holder. That's specific. So it must be specific. Then it must be measurable. The end there is measurable, so that after 2 years, that is, you can the level of achievement can be measured. I want to be the best medical laboratory scientist in my state. The best. So that's a measurable vision. Then it must be achievable. It must be articulate, it must be achievable. So that if I want to say, I want to be the best, is it something that is achievable? Or let me use an example. Someone say, I want to build 1,000 different houses, duplexes in the air, in the sky. Is it achievable? Okay. Well, anyway, with technology now, it appears everything is achievable. But when you look at it in reality, duplex in the air, except there's another form of building that I want to be. We have engineers here. Engineer Okoko is here. She might be doing research on building duplex in the sky. But when you mention, let it be something that can be achievable. I want to be the best medical doctor in my state. It's an achievable dream. I want to get married at the age of 30. I want to be an employer of labor at the age of, okay, let me use this example. A student is just coming into the university and he said, I want to be a graduate in the next 1 year. For a course of 4 years or 5 years, is it achievable? It's not achievable. So your vision must be achievable. Something that it will be very achievable. Then it must be realistic. Is it real? Is it something that can be felt? Is it something that then it must be time bound? That time frame will help to control you. And that's why I said, in part of when I was inviting you for this program, I said I give myself a target of coaching you for 1 year. It is time bound. I want to, at the end of 1 year of attending this program, and beat my chest and say, those graduating students of Ashibas University who have passed through this live after school summit, this is what and we are in it together. We must work hand in hand to ensure that is achievable. So, first assignment you are having is to go and develop for yourself. You will share with me your vision, smart vision for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years. Are we together? What's your vision for the next 5 years, 10 years? So that your vision, as it's time bound, is something you can break into, okay, the first year, what will I do, second year, and things like that. So go and write a clear vision. And that vision you can display, like I did some years ago when I was graduating, what I wanted to become. I put my life ambition, I put them in 3 P's. I want to be a philanthropist, I want to be a professor, I want to be a pastor. So I want to be a minister of the gospel. So the 3 P's, and I ensure how do I key myself? These are my ambition. What I want to be. So and I look at roadmap to that. So I want to see your roadmap, and then we work together. Then the second assignment is to go and write a CV for yourself. Don't wait till you want to apply for job before you write a CV. right from your primary school, secondary school, based on what you have received today, I want to see an outline of a CV. You may not write a perfect one, but write one and let's review it together. Are we together? So now in your professional development, I want you to key into the fact that you want to add value to yourself. Let me tell you, some of the things you have received in the university now in the curriculum, in what you have learned in the last 4 or 5 years, they can't give you everything you need. Do you agree with me? So you need to, sometimes you need to surf the net, read up, get textbooks, attend program, listen to experts, watch some people act and take lessons from them. So that is the professionalism in you. And so that's why professional development is learning to earn or maintain professional credentials. So are you a medical laboratory scientist? You must be relevant in that field. Read more if you want to practice what you have, the certificate you are having. And if you are diversifying into entrepreneurship, and that's why we are not asking you to go and open barbing salon after being a graduate of medical laboratory science. No, scientist or whatever. Like the first speaker mentioned, what you have to do is just try to tap the entrepreneurship or the entrepreneurial spirit in you, what you can do, which will be a side hustle. You can be owner of an institution, a worker, and at the same time, you have your own business. Proudly, our Pro Chancellor, Honorable Dr. Bode Ayode, you see him that he proudly tells us where he has worked as lecturer and up till now still lecturing as associate professor, and yet he has other things where he's an employer of labor. So nothing stops you from picking a job responsibly, and then you are doing something that is bringing money to you. So develop a professionalism in you. That's your course. There are many people that have studied what you have studied, but add value to yourself that when you go out, you stand out. When you go places, they want to prefer you. When you get to a place, they want to. If I tell you when this university started, and as I speak, my direct course of study doesn't have a department yet. My first degree, I studied biology education, and they were in the same department together in the university. Then I went to counseling psychology, my second degree, and counseling psychology for PhD. We don't have that here, but because of application of knowledge, that is why virtually there is no committee set up in Ashibas University that I don't fit in, except they don't want to over-label me that this man is in too many committees. Because I keep adding value to myself. Is he in ICT? I am reading, I'm getting information about it. Is he administration? I am getting something about it. I have done different training and with certificate on administration when I'm not a business admin. I have done different trainings on entrepreneurship with certificate. Yet I didn't go and do entrepreneurship in university. So see how you can add value to yourself. So like if you have gone to a place and everybody is BSc holder, you have something, and this training you have come for, you have it. I attended a live after school summit training with different things, and somebody see the certificate and say, you mean you have gone, you have done something that you have had this experience. And then importantly, some of the things you acquire during training, please put them to practice. Let them be evident in you. They will help you a lot. And so as you want to stand with kings, have the following approaches to your professional development. It may be through consultation, it may be through coaching, like I have volunteered to do for you. Through coaching, mentoring, you have a mentor, you discuss, you are going for interview, you discuss with somebody, say, please, any advice for me? I'm going to make this presentation. Can you offer an advice? You have somebody to, then it could be you go into case study method that you want to check an issue of particular preference. You want to read about it or ask questions about it. You want to read about others through reading, and then importantly, you have this mentoring that I've mentioned. So you ensure that you have a mentor. It's not necessary that you have one mentor that can fit around all your life. You have a mentor in terms of academic, you can have a mentor. In terms of you have a mentor. In terms of marriage, you have a mentor. So that, and those who believe in the Bible, the scripture says that in the midst of multitude of counsel, there is safety. So have a mentor, marital mentor. So and then so you are helped all around. And then I say categorically, as you fly, and that's why we tag this program Optimal Flight. We want you to fly. By the time you graduate and others that you graduate together, because of values you are adding to yourself, you are not on the same level. I can beat my chest to the glory of God, those that we graduated together, because I was resolute and resolved within me to fly. Despite my humble background, I kept on looking for opportunity to add value to myself, and that's why I can stand up. By the grace of God, you too will stand up in Jesus' name. So let's have that. And so as you go, the other you are going for NYSC now, which is your next level of, and as much as possible, you must have a rewarding NYSC. Prepare, get ready for that. Get ready for that as much as possible. Your NYSC, you must have a nice experience. Don't let NYSC meet you unaware. Don't let NYSC meet you unaware. Get set for this. That's why I prefer the slide changer. So you must get set and get prepared so that as you go for NYSC, let the NYSC be a turning point in your life. Of course, the scheme is a very unique and wonderful one put up by the federal government, but let that one not be a waste for you. Some people have come for NYSC because they are posted to one village, one town, and you know Nigeria now at the moment, except the person has not studied medical related courses. Even some medical related courses now, relatively, they are being posted to school. Don't let that detract you. That 1 year, you will never have it again. You know the 1 year you are free, you are not at home. No lecturer is asking you to come for lecture. See how you want to invest that 1 year. So go ahead, prepare. Write down, what do I want to achieve with this 1 year? You will have time, nobody will wake you up. Nobody will have, except where you are going to work. You have some free time. You want to see how much, as much as possible, you maximize it. So I have a strong desire and determination that I want to have the best of my NYSC day. I want to have the best, and then there are many opportunities during your NYSC. You know, it's just like a uniform man who can touch a policeman or soldier. Even when you can beat them up, because they are in uniform, they are respected. You are going to be in a respected uniform. So value that uniform to use it to open doors. My first book that I wrote, because I have been he did mention the other time, I was an editor in a magazine in my department there. I love writing, and I tell you, writing has brought millions of money into my account. I love writing. So I've written books, I've written different things that by the grace of God have opened door for me. So as you go for NYSC, there are opportunities. During my NYSC day, my first book, I was with my khaki. You know, who are you to enter governor's office? But with NYSC, they say, Kofa, come. You know, I want to see the governor. I want to see what I was doing with my uniform of NYSC, with my small stature. I could enter places. Look at how you will use that uniform, not to foment trouble. How will you use the uniform to add value to yourself? I tell you of a multi-millionaire man in Nigeria. It is first scores of million during NYSC for opportunity he got. Today is a multi-millionaire. When the man was celebrating 50-year birthday, I happened to be in a platform with the man. He bought himself 300 million naira Rolls Royce. 300 million naira car, Rolls Royce. That's about some 5 years ago. And if you want to buy the Rolls Royce this year now, you will know how much it will be. So to show you the level of his richness, it started days in NYSC. So you can use your NYSC to have connection, to utilize some of the skills you have. A student of this university graduated, he did once community service development. Some of you that saw it online, you see, think of things that will advertise you, that will give you edge over others, rather than joining other couples to be doing birthday every week, go social media, and then Adwire, you are posting home, Adwire, see what you are doing. What are you wiring? just see what within the 1 year I want to maximize. As an engineer, I want to do. You know that if you do anything, if you do anything as a copper, it will be easily announced. When you are, I won't say nobody, but as NYSC you are doing something, they want to project it. Opportunities abound. Best copper of the year. Government wants to offer job. The state wants to recognize you. So see how you want to win award during your NYSC. I want state award, I want local award during my NYSC day. That's why you must prepare to serve. It must be service oriented. Don't just look at what Nigeria will give to you. Our alawi, every month you are waiting for alawi, what the alawi? No. Your community, what do you want to contribute to the country? Let the spirit of service be in you. And you know it is in service you get blessed. When you want to serve your community, you get there. What's the problem here? You want to deliver service. Do you know that the person that renders service mostly is identified than a man who is always complaining somewhere? Don't go and join the team complaining about Nigeria. Get there where you are posted, look at the problem there, and see how you write proposal, how you write things and say, MD or God, this is what I observe in this organization, this is what can be done. When they are having training in Abuja, they know that we add value to them. They will send you there. Than somebody who will come around and just be watching movie. Orí ológun bá tán bá 2 bá 3 on the phone is there gisting. There is nothing to so go and add value to yourself during the NYSC year. And so, which be at this level as young graduates, I expect you by now that of course I was asking one of my students who graduated, they were telling me yesterday that in about 1 month I'll be in UK. I said, oh fantastic, you have graduated at least more than 2 years. Now what's your plan for marriage? Say I don't have plan for it. Okay, congratulations. A male can still have his time or female. But even at that, male and female, you must have plan for yourself. And that's why the aspect of relationship is so important. So talking about dating, which in our social language, vocabulary now, which we want to be meeting an individual. So a date is different from a relationship, whatever you want, terminology you want to use for it, whether engagement or whatever. But note the person you want to date. Of course, there are stages which I will talk about briefly in dating. One, that you know that dating means no serious attachment. You meet somebody, I be your friend, I be my friend, and then you just pick interest, casual interest in yourself. You exchange phone, he calls you, he sends you, where are you, how are you? No attachment. But when there is attachment, there is now, emotional attachment. That without seeing you, without seeing him, or if he doesn't see you, you query your movement, you query each other, and then when it goes. But at the point as graduates, your life, you should have definition for your life in terms of relationship. You should be prepared for it. It's not that just any Dick and Harry will be dropping application for you, or you are dropping application for every Dick and Harry. You must be organized about that. So in stages of a relationship, we know that romantic relationship must be carefully entered. I was talking to one of my students that finished some years ago, and by now he's supposed to have gotten married. He got engaged, and only to tell me few days ago that the relationship had broken after about 4 years. I said, you have succeeded in wasting your time, the two of you, wasting your time. So sometimes you need to carefully, so that you don't, rather than moving 2 steps forward and 4 steps backward. Romantic relationship must be carefully. You can go for date, you meet yourself in, what do you call it now? Sake. Chicken republic. You were taking over, you are talking. Yes, you can have date and say, let's meet under the tent of love, tent of grace, and you go there, you chat, you discuss. Once you know you are stepping into what romantic relationship, you must carefully approach that. You see that is it a relationship that I can advance into? Will this thing add value to me? So that when people have known you as your emblem, that Follow is always with Tony, around Tony, around Tony, and then they attack you that you are with Tony. Those who would have dropped application will not drop application. But if you already you are already engaged and established. Not knowing that Tony is wasting your time and Tony's tentacles are everywhere. So you must carefully prepare yourself so that it doesn't meet you unaware. And that's why your choice matters so much. Your choice matters so much in terms of who you pitch your tent to, because who you marry eventually has a way of affecting your life. However visionary you are, if you have a wrong match, you have a wrong pair. Oh, see Osinachi. How endowed that woman is. See how she will still be flying, but because of the man who could not compliment him or compliment her enough, her life was cut short. The other half of now, the release in the grave for who? So you must approach your choice in terms of relationship matters a lot. And so looking at the stages involved, you must be careful as much as possible. The initial meeting of attraction, the aspect of infatuation, you must be careful. You see somebody and your body is doing this, as if you should just see, and it's normal. It's not your fault. Those things are why we are all wired in that way to have to see somebody and just see, he's looking kinky, he's looking take away, or he's looking captivating. That's what you must just be careful at those stages before you get committed and become intimate. You know, when you are dating and then you are moving to level of intimacy and everybody has known that two of you, or when they don't see her, they ask him. When they don't see him, they ask her. You know that there is attachment. So before you start getting to the place that when they don't see you and say, David, your eyes jogging. I say, you are smiling. I say, why are you smiling now? Every one of us knows now that. So you must have defined your movement very well, and then by the time you get engaged, I always say is when you don't know what you are doing. That's why when you are engaged, you don't want people to know that you are engaged. During my NYSC, I put the picture of my wife now, my fiancée, boldly put there. I say, bless her, pray for her. They are reminder. Then two other ladies that were ready to, and they see this man is loaded. So each time they remember that the picture, they said this one is attacked, this one is already. And of course, I have no free space, no vacancy. No vacancy, because I saw in the body language and people that were closer, and coincidentally, my wife was not ready. Then I knew that I still had some years to go with her. I saw ready-made in NYSC. You know, when people come for NYSC, quickly they want to get plugged and no time wasting. So they were looking for every avenue. So I saw people that were ready. But I said, no, I knew where I was going. So at the time you are getting engaged, you should. And that's why if it amounts to you using the approach of dating, knowing people, don't rush into settling down. But I want to advise, by the time you settle and get engaged, ensure that you are setting for the best. When people say don't put all your eggs in one basket, it's because it's a wrong basket. If it's right basket, you can put all your eggs in one basket and preserve it jealously. Rather than wasting time and say, I'm just managing Emmanuel, I'm just managing, I'm looking elsewhere. Rather than benefiting yourself and helping yourself, both of you will succeed in wasting your time and then you get disengaged. That's why you need tips to manage your relationship. You make sure you maintain a meaningful emotional connection with each other. Once you are engaged, as much as possible, you know, when you have emotional attachment to each other, you can see each other, you talk, and then don't be afraid of disagreement. I mean respectful agreement. If there are issues to disagree on, let it be things I don't like it in my family or from our upbringing. We don't like laziness. You don't disagree on principles. Somebody was telling me that it's engaged after some years of engagement. I said, why? He said the lady said that the mother was not calling her. I said, wow. The mother of the guy was not calling. I said, that's not enough to pray. I said, go and watch it. The girl has seen another suitor. Another suitor that you have seen that I say, your mother is not calling me. Is it the mother that should be calling you? You have problem with the guy, if it's the guy that is not calling you now and not communicating with you, I will say you have my approval to disengage. Or say the mother or the woman is not asking after you. Why would the mother be asking after you? He will first of all be asking after his son. He won't ask after you. It's you, your emotional attachment with the son, that will get her endear to you. But first of all, establish, and then don't be afraid. If you have this disagreement, do that. Then keep outside relationships and interests alive. Ensure as much as possible, you have by the before you got engaged or you are getting married, you have your own skill, you have your own lifestyle, so as much as those lifestyles are relevant, keep them alive, because they are the things that are training you. One of my daughters will be launching a book and said, please help me write the forward for the book and I want your presence at the launching. I said, there's no problem. That girl is so loaded. And I was watching, I said, God help this lady. I don't want her to get wrongly paired, because if she should get wrongly paired, some of the ideas they will go off the drain. But I'm happy that girl will not wait for any man to put food on her table because of the ideas he has. So if you have good ideas to put for business, don't allow relationship to put them away from you, but still maintain focus, respect your partner, but keep focus and make sure you communicate openly and honestly. Don't deceive yourself. So he step on your leg and say, your love, and say, love. If you don't like the way he step on your, I don't like this. He say, love. You are managing and then putting things. For if you don't like something, tell the other person, I don't like this. Make your communication clear. Then communicate constantly. Communicate your plans, your ideas. Before we got married, my wife if she receives her salary, she will let me know her plan for the salary for the month. We discuss. We have not gotten married when I bought a piece of land. I carried her along. This was the plan. This was the house to build on it, because I knew we were already coming together. And so everything we communicated. And then good enough that those days, extra cool at night. Some of you will not know extra cool. 12 midnight. You wait from 12 o'clock to 4:30 a.m. And we call. My phone will be hot. We will call, talk, pray. We will do prayer. DG are on the call. We will be dictating prayer point and we call. And the phone will be hot. But we discuss opportunities. Even though I have no courtship 5 years, 8 months, 2 weeks. But it was unique. We were communicating. And before I started using phone, I could write letter. If you come to my house, I will show you some of the letters I wrote my wife. 26 pages, 27 pages. Small handwriting. Different topics. Everything I will write. Before the one lands there, I'm already writing another one. Post office those days, it will take 1 week before your letter. So as I'm sending one, I am writing another one, preparing on different concepts. That's why when we got into marriage, things were not difficult, because we have addressed it. We have discussed concepts. So communicate openly and honestly. Then spend quality time face to face where it is possible. When you see face to face, you will know. Doctor said something. I can't wait to have that in your book. In psychology, when somebody is talking and is looking the other side, when somebody is talking and looking the other way, there are implications. Somebody is talking and is scratching his body. There are psychological implications. There are many ways your face will do if you are telling lies. There are ways how your eyeball will be if you are telling lies. If you are deceiving somebody, there is a way your body posture and other things. So if he's talking to you and he's telling lies, if you look very well, you will know. How can you be in courtship for 5 years, 6 years, and you don't know that he smokes? You don't know that he's a Yahoo boy. Then it means you are not watchful. If he's a liar, you would have detected it. A liar will always tell lie to cover lies. So if he's telling you I'm in Lagos now, whereas he's in Akure, and then by the time you would have forgotten what he said the last time, by the time you should. So sometimes when you talk face to face, look at the eyeball, look at the body language, so that you can decode. It helps you. Because the essence of this is that if you become a professional lawyer, professional nurse, and you don't have good peer in terms of relationship, it can mess you up. How many of you have heard of a lady that works in Glow? few weeks or months ago that committed suicide. Glo pays good money. This lady is not a junior worker in Glo, but she committed suicide on account of relationship. So you must be well armed so that you don't allow a man to break your heart anyhow. Before you allow the man to break you, your heart is strong to receive a man that will strengthen it. Because those who eventually get their heart broken is because there is a crack in the heart already, where the man now little itch like this, the thing cracks and breaks. So you must be equipped about that. So then stay connected to communication, like I've said, then keep physical intimacy alive as much as possible. You come around, oh, good looking, touch, but calculated touch, preserved touch, meaningful touch. You know, there are places you touch in a lady that already you are sending signal and you are already connecting wire. So you just happy birthday, and then with meaningful and responsible touch where you preserve yourself for the real enjoyment. Because whatever you do precariously and just run, eventually you won't enjoy yourself when you make yourself so cheap for a guy or for a lady eventually, that you have messed yourself up and eventually the relationship breaks. You'll be the loser at the end of the day. So the essence of this life after school summit is that by the time you are going out, advancing professionally, then in terms of marriage, since you have not decided to be a reverend father or reverend sister, except you want to be, but even if you want to be in that one, get fulfilled and God will help you. I want to thank you for listening and wishing you a greater height as you move from there. Thank you very much. We entertain questions if there is any, as we have come to the end of this. Please, can you help us call your Oga for our loan? Questions?